Hello everyone, I'm Xinhui Jiang from Kochi University of Technology, Japan. Today I'm going to present a study about typing behavior on mobile devices, especially about eye and finger movement. This is a collaborative work between the user interface group of Aalto University led by Professor Antti Oulasvirta and the Center for Human Engaged Computing of Kochi University of Technology led by Professor Xiangshi. As we all know, we use mobile devices every day, but have you noticed how you type on your smartphones? Many of you may think that typing on a mobile device is similar to typing on a physical keyboard because both of the devices have a quadri layout. However, the operations differs dramatically because of the smaller size and a lack of tactile feedback. First, there is no enough room for using 10 fingers on a soft keyboard. This means that the touch typing system cannot be applied on this device. And since there is no standard instruction for mobile typing, the users have to develop their own typing strategies. Second, apart from typing, the hands are also used for holding the device. This sets limits to the finger movement, especially for the thumbs. Also, because the keys are really small and hard to locate, the user have to frequently check them before clicking. So the studies about mobile typing showed extensive results on the typing performance, including the typing speed, error rate, and so on. They also analyzed the touch behavior, which contributes to the touch point autocorrection. At the same time, the softer strategies like how to balance their speed and accuracy and how the errors were corrected were also investigated. However, as we discussed before, typing on a soft keyboard relies on visual guidance, and the user's behavior relates to eye and finger movement is not fully understood. From the perspective of attention and the finger movement, we would like to discuss what is the difference between one finger and two finger typing, and how do the movements relate with the typing performance, like speed and accuracy. So we introduced the study on mobile typing. First, we built a synchronized tracking system for finger movement, eye movement, and typing events with the tracking devices and a smartphone. We asked the participants to transcribe the sentences using two thumbs and the index finger. The sentences were translated from the Aeron mobile email database, which is based on everyday conversations and easy to remember. We upload this experiment data as How We Type mobile dataset for open access. You can find it on our project webpage. With this data collected in the experiment, we are able to rebuild the typing behavior in detail and conduct many analysis on the eye and finger movement. So we measured typing behavior on each of the aspects and reported the difference between one finger and two finger typing. For details, please refer to the paper. So first one, we assume that attention is one of the major differences between typing on a soft keyboard and on a physical keyboard. The data also supports that. Here we compare with the physical keyboard typing study conducted by Anna Viet and published at CHI 2016. On average, 60% of attention was located on the soft keyboard area in the two-thumb typing, while the number is 20% on the physical keyboard for touch typist, which is less than on the soft keyboard. And during typing, the users have to shift their attention between the text input area and the keyboard for proofreading and key locating. We observe that this happens more frequently on the soft keyboard than on the physical one. And sometimes this attention shift can be affected by typing errors. Here are some examples of eye and finger movement areas described as heat maps. The pictures were selected from different participants typing the same sentence, but in different conditions. The left pair of pictures is for one-finger typing. The right pair is for two-finger typing. The green areas represent the distribution of gaze points. We can see that more attention was on the text input area on the top when the error and the error correction happens during typing. As for the difference between one-finger and two-finger typing, we observed that users are more likely to focus on the keyboard when they typing with one finger. And we can see it in the left bar chart. The trend stays the same between the sentences typed with and without backspaces. And for attention shift, there is also more shifts in one-finger typing. Generally, the eye seems to be more busy while using only one finger for typing. As for the finger movement, we report the finger key distance. This is measured as the distance between the finger to move and the key to press at the moment of the last key pressing. For example, when we are typing the word hi with two thumbs, the finger key distance is the distance between the I and the right thumb, as the picture shows, when the left thumb is pressing H. But if we type with only one finger, the finger key distance is the same as the distance between the keys, because there is only one finger to move. Generally, two-finger typing has the advantage of shorter finger movement distance. Now, let's talk about visual guidance. We observed that the eye and finger sometimes follow each other until the finger reaches the target key. We assume that as a similarity, so we measured this similarity of movement path between the index finger and the eyes and try to catch this coupling phenomenon. We found that when the user types faster, the eye and the hand follows last. And also more coupling is related with more attention on the keyboard. From this, we can see that the close finger guiding during this key searching slows down the typing speed. So the experienced and fast typist who knows the key locations doesn't do this so much. There are so many details for us to discover with this dataset. For example, the key locating behavior before clicking on the keys. So looking at this green line in the picture, we are able to observe that the gaze moves closer before the participants click on the space key. So now we know that attention is a precious resource during the typing process. We still have one question: how the two-finger typing posture can reduce this attention on the keyboard. We now can give 3 explanations for this. The first one is, after adding one more finger on this typing behavior, each finger controls fewer keys. So a better finger key mapping helps reducing this attention on the keyboard because they don't need to check every time they click. Second, fast typing speed with two fingers leads to more errors. According to this speed accuracy trade-off, the users have to proofread them during this error correction process. The third is that a better control of keyboard makes the user more confident about their performance and type longer chunks. This leads to more delay of observing and correcting the errors. And this phenomena is called delayed error correction, and means that the users has to deal with longer text editing and text re-input during the typing process. This also requires more proofreading. So in summary, we provide this high-quality dataset about finger and eye movement during typing on the mobile devices. From this data, the most interesting finding is that attention plays an important role in the typing process. So the different areas on the interface compete for attention. And this kind of computation is more intense than on the physical keyboard. And apart from that, how the users use their attention resource also affects the typing speed. But this is a complex question to answer. We are also conducting a study about super fast typists and trying to find out the answer. So although we did a lot of data analysis in this study, here we still have so many details don't know about typing behavior, and these details and behavior are all hidden in this dataset. And this dataset provides the possibility for answering any questions you may have relates with typing on mobile devices. You are welcome to download it from our website, and you can also find the link in our paper. Thanks for listening.